Good afternoon, everybody. It's about 1 p.m. On a Friday. It's been like 3 weeks since my last video, and I apologize for that. I've had a lot of issues lately, and I've only worked like 2 days in those 3 weeks. So let me get into that real quick. It's just going to be a short video of updates and whatnot. But I had my Bravada taken in, and I had the frame fixed on it because I had, when I bought the Bravada, well, I didn't really buy it. I traded a toolbox for this Bravada here, and I did notice when I got it back in 2021, I think, yeah, 2021, that there was a little bit of rot on the frame. So the last time that I had it at the mechanic shop to get the oil change and all that, we've been watching the frame rot and, monitoring it. He said, yeah, you better get it done. So I took it in, when was it? Mid-February. And, yeah, I took it in mid-February. He looked it over, gave me a quote. I'm like, okay, well then, brought it in the next week. Had to get the work done on it. I had a few appointments. He also found that there was more frame rot than what we originally thought, because I just had him do a quote on one area. So I had everything done on it. The whole frame now is reinforced. It rides really nice and stiff. I noticed a huge difference with it. But the reason why I haven't been really working very much is because even though he had the battery removed on it, the shop had the battery removed completely out of it because they're welding on the frame, somehow it still ended up frying every electronic device in the Bravada. So I've been using my parts Bravada over there, and I've been swapping parts into it. So that was kind of fun. It took me about 2 days to get it to run. It wouldn't run at all. You'd put the key on and absolutely nothing, no gauges, no nothing. And finally got it to run. The ABS pump was constantly on, so I pulled the fuse for the ABS pump and put it somewhere else. So I do have ABS and brake light on the dash, which is really annoying, but it's winter and I'm not gonna crawl under and get the ABS pump out of that one and then get the ABS pump out of this one. But yeah, I had to replace a whole slew of things. Actually, let me show you what I all replaced so far. There's still a few more things that I have to replace, but now it's running, driving good. So let me flip you around and show you what I already replaced. I had to replace the radio because it was in a locked position. No matter what I did, tried putting the code in, it completely locked it. It would light up, but nothing. And then this is the tailgate module. I had to replace that because the key fob wouldn't work. This controls your key fob and some other stuff, the door chimes and whatnot. So I had to replace that, which wasn't hard. I had to replace the window switch, the master switch, because this has its own control module built into it that runs separate from the ECU. My windows didn't work. Well, they work sporadically, and it was only the driver window. That was the only thing. So I had to replace one with the Bravada, which had the heated seats. My other one has heated seats. So eventually I'm going to replace this one back to a standard one because I'm eventually going to restore that Bravada, make it a toy. And then that is the BCM that controls all the electronics around the body and whatnot. I had to replace that. And then the ECU. That was a big one. So after all that was replaced, it ran. It's still but then I went to the local GM dealer, which is literally half a mile from my house, and scheduled an appointment so they could reprogram the ECU and the BCM, just so it would align with this vehicle's VIN, because those two are VIN locked to a certain VIN, which is my other Bravada, which has a couple other features that this one doesn't have, so it needed to be coded in. So I had to wait another week, and then what was it, this last Tuesday? Yeah, this last Tuesday I dropped it off at the dealership. Actually, yeah, this Tuesday. It's not the last Tuesday, this Tuesday. It's Friday. I dropped it off at the dealership. It took them an hour and a half. They reprogrammed it for me. Wasn't bad. There was a strip bolt on the battery terminal, the positive side, so they replaced that. But all in all, it wasn't bad. It was like $172. So, I mean, now it runs good, besides the ABS thing that's on. But like I said, I'm not going to replace that until it's warmer out, it's dry out, so I can get under the vehicle and pull them both. So, yeah, that's what I've been up to. And yeah, I actually had to stick some money into the Bravada finally. I do a lot of maintenance on it, but I knew that frame was getting kind of bad. So, yeah, ended up being a little over $3,000 with everything that I had to get done. But now I can get an alignment and get all that other shit, because before I really couldn't get an alignment, or I didn't want to put it on a lift because of how bad the frame was up on this passenger front lift point. It was actually like curving it up, and then it was starting to finally crack. But yeah, everything front to rear is reinforced. It's heavy plated. I have new, what do you call it? New cross members in the rear. I had them put in, super thick ones. You did notice a little bit of rust on the front K-frame, but eventually I'll replace that. I'm not too worried about it yet. Everything else is fine. So the next thing to get done on this thing is the exhaust manifold leak and that ABS module. And then, replacing the air compressor from the other Bravada to this one, or finding a used air compressor. Because actually, let me show you. Come with me here. These Bravadas have a really cool feature. They all come stock with rear air ride, but the air ride usually fails. So a lot of people do a spring replacement, just a standard spring, which this one's done too, and the other one's done too. But they have this system here. You got a hose, a gauge, and an inflator system. And what you do is you plug this in. You can run it to the front. Any of your tires, if they're low, you can run it to a trailer tire. It has attachments that you can blow up a floaty or basketball or anything like that. But I finally got this working, but it sounds awfully horrible. Just listen. So that's kind of why I need to replace it. It's just old and crusty. Otherwise, you know, that's what I got going on. So that'll probably be the end for this update video. Hopefully next week, it's supposed to be 50s, 60s next week, so hopefully we'll do some detailing or something. But yeah, I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for sticking around for this update vid, which is a little bit longer than I was hoping it would be, but it's cool. So, snow. I'm in shorts and sandals, so I'm trying to not get snow inside my sandals and freeze my feet. But anyways, I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching.